Hi, it's Bob Tullio, automatic merchandiser and Vending Market Watch, and I'm here at the 2025 NAMA show with Josh Rosenberg from Forward Thinkers. And Josh, this is a different kind of show for you, isn't it, based on what you've done at NAMA in the past?
It really is, Bob. I mean, here we are, 2025, 5 years removed from COVID, the year I worked really hard towards to be NAMA chairman. And it was a year I'm reflecting this morning on when I'm listening to Carla talk on stage as she's about to depart us after a great career of transformation with NAMA. And the day we saw the world shut down, Carla and I talked, and it was, what are we going to do for the industry that's going to help the industry think differently, act differently, and come back together when we do have a show. 30 days later, she comes back in her team imagination way. And you think about it, that first year, we saw a lot of things that people thought weren't really a reality for our industry.
Right.
Now you look around the show, we're sitting in one of those booths.
Yep.
And you can go around the entire show and you see that it's now normal. We fought it, we didn't believe it, but it's normal. Imagination Way is now who we are.
Yep.
Because the consumer transformed.
Yep.
The way we consume, the way we shop, the way we expect that our brands come to us, the way we want it, the way we pay for it, the way we interact with it. And we're at the forefront of consumption. We have the golden real estate. People want to understand the brands in which they do business with. They have to be trustworthy because they're not in front of that brand across the counter anymore. So where before we were okay being out of sight, out of mind, we are now in the forefront. They want to know who they're buying from. Brand matters. And at the same time, autonomous retail has opened up the ability through technology, innovation, and our willingness to invest has opened up our opportunity not only to sell a beverage and a snack, but to sell all occasions of food, beverage, and snacking,
Yep.
all meal types, but to extend into all retail. We're now the most efficient, effective last mile delivery solution. And we're at the forefront with the smallest footprint, delivering anywhere people want to consume at any given time, any way they want it. And that's what the show is to me now.
Absolutely.
And that's a 30-year circle from my days of merchandising, Coke on a store shelf in a Kroger or Walmart, all the way to leading the industry through cashless and telemetry and becoming an operator to becoming NAMA chairman, exiting my company, and now full circle back with my kids who are teaching me consumer behavior, data and insights, and how to apply that to brands that need to be at the forefront of what they do. And that's why we're here.
And the kids bring a new generation, a different thought process. They can obviously connect very well with today's decision makers, and they're data driven. Your approach is data driven, which works very, very nicely with your experience in the industry. But tell me briefly, how did the whole concept of Forward Thinkers, how did that come about?
I wanted a business with my sons, first of all. We exited Accent Food Services, not the way I wanted to, but the way we needed to. We had 647 or so employees. Mm-hmm. Ken Sullivan and team they got us through COVID. I can't even believe the job they did. But what was most important is we had to secure our family. We had a simple mission. We take care of our people, they take care of our customer, everybody wins.
Sure.
Now I look at them, they're part of InReach Sodexo, a global company, a great business. I ran into somebody in my hotel earlier today that's been promoted twice. I've seen so much of that opportunity, something we couldn't have given at Accent, but had we not made that courageous decision, then who knows what it would have been.
Right.
You know, our backs were against the wall during COVID. But moving out of that, I always wanted to teach, I always wanted to engage and bring something forward to an audience. And I thought, what a better way to do it? I've got a marketing background. I didn't get to fulfill my dream of, hey kids, let's own a vending business.
Sure.
The Pembertons were on stage today.
Yeah.
I sat in Vic Pemberton's kitchen eating dinner with his family back in 2008. A very difficult supplier meeting, Canteen franchise, Coke relationship. And then he says, let's go break bread with my family. And at that point in my life, I said, I want a family business. I needed to shift to what my boys wanted to do. And my boys met me in the middle. Digitalization, transformation, met marketing guy, met brand guy, and now we got a business, and it's Forward Thinkers.
Let's talk about some of the companies you're representing here at the NAMA show.
Yeah, I mean, Our companies, I believe, are transformative, they're innovative. Think about the consumer we have today and think about the buyer we have today. It used to be vending machine, lowest cost, whoever would be there out of sight, out of mind, and you better not mess up because the next guy's waiting to get in the door.
Sure.
Today, the employer has a challenge. They need a break room that is engaging, that will bring people back to work, that will get people to collaborate,
Yep.
and it's a place where people want to be, to congregate. You've got innovation of the consumer that wants to shop the way they want to shop. The Uberization, the Starbucks effect, has allowed consumers to be in control of consumption. So you have to be convenient. We snack more. It's no longer a boomer environment. It's millennial, it's Gen Z, it's Gen X. 110 million consumers came to the workplace through COVID, before and after, that now shop differently. And so it's all about innovation. So when you think about fixtures, think about the break room. You can't just throw something in the break room and say, throw products on it. You have to provide a consumer experience. You have to provide a point of destination. When you think about food and food product, the food product has to matter. Whether it's label, whether it's price point, whether it's hot, it's got to match the point of which they want to consume, and it's got to be quick, because they're on the go. They're shopping, they're eating, they're always on the go. If you're not, it's going to be Uber, it's going to be Starbucks, it's going to be app-based. So we got to meet them at the point of consumption. And then as an operator, again, the operators have to realize, I talked to one the other day, he said, I can't afford you. It's a rounding error. It doesn't even show up to 1% of his total revenue. How can you not afford to invest in your own brand?
Sure.
If you're not focused on your brand, your competitor is. They're winning with leads. Data shows 94% time, the first person to take the call wins the call.
Yep.
70% of consumers or buyers have done their own research before they're ready to buy. So you better be online, your brand better be recognized. Once you're in the door, you better know who your consumer is and they better know who you are, because they better trust you. Because 68 to 75% of the time, they're only going to buy from a trusted source. It's about brand, it's about convenience, and it's about quality. It's no longer about lowest price, lowest cost, quickest to the door.
Right.
And so it really is about brand evolution, and that's what we're trying to bring. We're trying to help them come forward with their brand. They've come forward on technology, they've right-sized their business there, they've optimized it. Now they got to bring their brand forward so that they can be a true retailer. And you can do that with fixtures, you can do that with equipment, you can do that with clean label brands like Launch Hydrate that we're excited to be here and represent. And that's what this year's show is really all about. I hope to come back in 5 more years and say, we did it again.
Yeah. So Launch Hydrate, Fixturelite, who else are you working with?
We've got Get Elevated Services, national management company that does not only B&I or business and industrial national contract management to bring all that together, value-added services. We're also bringing new lines of distribution. We're a last mile truck that passes millions of addresses every day. They have the ability to bring us into new channels, 35 to 50 margin drops with zero CapEx. Then in the reverse side, they have an ability to take a cost center, a service tech that's costing you free service to your accounts, and make it a profit center. You're getting paid to do technical service. We have to do this. Every operator I talk to, they don't have the ability to pay and compete to maintain their technicians, to keep them trained and keep them staffed. It's because it's a cost center instead of a profit center. So Get Elevated is innovating the fact that they're out there competing, bringing profit in the door on the service side. And then lastly, there's some OEMs. Just Baked is a partner that I've been part of now for almost going on 3 years.
Yeah.
And hot food in a box, under 4 minutes.
Yeah. Incredible
meals. I mean, think about during COVID, nearly 50% of kitchens, on-site contract food service shut down. There's still a need. I don't know how many good Uber experiences you've had. I haven't had a lot. To get that meal on demand, hot and ready, that's the Just Baked experience. So there's a lot of great technology out there that's coming forward. You can give the consumer, you can give the client what they need. They don't have to look outside of this industry to get exactly what they need, no matter what sector they're in. That's the opportunity.
Talk to me about some of the specific services. Obviously, you're involved on the website side, optimizing the performance of websites. Talk to me about the digital components that are involved. Talk to me about the data components.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts, the day my son got on a call with a client of ours in private equity, he said, I'm the data scientist. Data scientist? That was a wake-up call for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I came out of Coca-Cola where data was everything.
Yeah.
But we had a problem with big data. How do you mine it? How do you find it? How do you actually leverage it? That's what we are now able to do. Whether it's AI, whether it's the tools that are available, whether it's smarter people than me, a new generation, my son is able to do that. He's able to pinpoint. We were on a call with an operator last Friday. In their operating territory, we were able to show them, without having their data, where they were strong, and they validated this, where they really had deep penetration of customer concentration, and where they were weak. And then we were able to show them the clients that they could capture. That's our lead generation tool. It starts with the digital mining of the data, how their website performs versus their competition, how their buyers are finding them and how we can bring them to them, and then supporting them with the right digital and sales collateral so that they can go out and win the deal. Be there, meet the customer in the middle. Remember what I said earlier, most customers have already made a decision or done their own research 70% of the time.
Yeah.
You need to get to them before they get to somebody else. So we help bring them together. Okay. Then we manage their assets to make sure that they understand what your brand is, what makes it unique, how you differentiate, and the value. That is the most critical thing we can do. And we mine that every day. Every day is looking at the data and adjusting their brand standard, adjusting their brand differentiation to ensure that they stand out.
So there's people out there in this business, obviously in this industry, that are involved in web design. There's people that are involved in lead gen. And the bottom line is, and would you say that this is the message for operators, that forward thinkers goes way beyond that, takes it to another level?
So our creative team is overseas. One, keeps costs down. Two, they're incredibly talented. But the most important thing is three, we can have speed to market. If you bring me something today, I can have it ready for you the next day. And with the digitalization of it, our clients see their creative board at all times. So we're working and collaborating in real time. So we're creating, they're involved, they're making notes, they're making changes, we're adding changes, and it's a collaborative effort, and the product comes out and it's fabulous. And if they don't like it, if it doesn't work, we're measuring it, and we're getting back in the room, and we're whiteboarding. But that's what's important. It's not to take away from anything anybody else is doing. I'm not here to measure what others do. I'm here to focus on what we do. All of our websites score 95% or better. The global standard, or top 10 percentile, is 92. We will not have a website below that. That is our commitment to every one of our customers. What that means is you're best in class. The websites we've been getting average 56 to a 71 score, which means they're failing.
Sounds like you can really elevate a business.
We elevate the business. My boys take great passion in making sure that those websites perform like the greatest sports car. And that's what we want to do. We want to win on that track every single week. And it's like F1 racing. I've gotten into this recently with COVID. That we were Red Bull, and we'll be damned if we're going to let anybody else pass us up, right? You got to win. You got to be at the front end of engineering every day, all the time, because we know people are chasing us.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it.